Welcome to Rivendell in ARK Survival Ascended. The past few weeks I've been playing around with the brand new Elven Structure Skins that are absolutely amazing if you want to bring some of those fantasy elven builds into ARK. As you can see, there's some amazing textures here, definitely some inspiration from the Lord of the Rings, and if you've always wanted to bring some of those elven structures into the game, then this cosmetic is definitely going to help. I've really had an awesome time here, trying to get this whole build together, playing around with all the different skins. It's got a lot of really cool features like curved roofs and even steeper versions of those roofs, and of course just beautiful architecture in general and some really cool decoration items to make the whole thing come together. Hello there, survivors, and welcome back to ARK Survival Ascended. Today, I have built Rivendell, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. As I said, using the brand new Elven Structure Skins, which are really fun to play around with. I had a lot of fun building with these structure skins, and yeah, if you've been waiting for some kind of cosmetic for this theme, you will not be disappointed. At launch, there is a bunch of cool things already, a bunch of different structure sets so that you can easily go for a few different styles, from the more Rivendell inspired architecture all the way to your white tree houses if you want to build your own Lothlorien. And on top of that, there is a bunch of crafting station skins and especially a ton of decoration options to really bring your builds alive and live your elven life here in ARK. So today we're going to take a full tour of this place, showing you all the different things that I have built. But if you want to see these structure skins in more detail, check out the other video I made about showing you all of the different options that this skin has to offer. So here we are on Astraeos, and as you can see, I've got a beautiful location here. The waterfalls flowing down seemed very fitting for a Rivendell build. We got a building here, we got a beautiful bridge, and we have the last homely home right there at the back. Before we get into the full tour and take a look around at everything, let's take a quick look. It is located right over here on the map, so at the very top, very edge of the world. And again, as you can see, I have built a bunch of different things, from nice gazebos to this cool bridge over the waterfalls, and of course a few buildings heavily inspired by the Lord of the Rings. So we got one building down here, which is the one I started with, and then we have the last homely house right up there. Yeah, looking very cool, and especially all combined all together, I think this looks like a pretty cool build. Yeah, definitely got some Rivendell vibes, and definitely let me know if you want to see a tutorial for some of these structures, as yeah, I think these could be really cool bases, especially the main homely house. It is a rather big structure, all things combined, but there's definitely some really cool things here to show. First of all, let's go down here and let's take a quick little look at what we have over here. So yeah, we have these beautiful arched roofs, as you can see, where you can create some really cool shapes that we normally can't really have in ARK, and that's how I made this lovely bridge over the river. So yeah, we have these very ornate structures, as you can see, that look amazing. Really cool atmosphere, really cool textures. Comes with some nice pillars as well. Just combining for, I mean, it's a rather simple build. With normal roofs it would look not as exciting, but with these magical structures, as you can see, transforms it into something looking really nice. And then especially if you see some in the distance, we have a gazebo over there with the same structures. We have the bigger gazebo over there on that side too. Really get some cool elven vibes. And of course, we can still see the last homely house there in the distance too. You can even see a little elven boat there on the shores. So this is the first building I made right over here, and yeah, you can see some very cool and intricate windows. That is 3 walls combined with different skins. We have the dino gate there in the middle, and then here on the side we have a bunch of different structures, cool roof details, nice trims for all of the roofs so that you can get some really cool borders going. You can see some really cool details on all of the walls as well. Different windows, different wall options. Very nice and intricate door designs as well, so that you can get those nice curves in, nice elven shapes. Then we have this middle part again with the windows and the dino gate in the middle. A little bit of an arch there to get some cool shapes in here. And then we have the other side, of course, which is pretty similar to the other one. But yeah, I think it looks rather nice, and especially everything combined, I think this is quite a cool building. Especially those little details for the roof are very nice. As you can see, we got the trim going all the way around it, which is already a pretty good addition in my opinion. And then also these trims at the end, you can see there's different parts with these curves at the end, and we have the little spiky part all the way at the very end of the roof. These additions, of course, are a great way to break up your roofs, and just in general, the amount of different details and different structure parts that are available is just very fun to play around with. And I've always really enjoyed, doing this type of build. I actually made a Rivendell build like over a year ago, I'm pretty sure, on Australis, which looked pretty well. It used a lot of ASR pieces, so modded structures, which definitely got a decent effect. But it's really nice now just being able to transform the vanilla ARK game in such a way that you can get these beautiful elven structures. You can see this really simple gazebo over here, which is looking quite nice with the cool pillar skins, and then especially these intricate designs here at the top with the ornamental skins that are looking very nice. Of course, the curves all the way at the top. But of course, this is ARK, so we don't have any triangle ramps. Otherwise, we might have been able to create like a slight slope here at the very top. I had to keep this flat, but I still think this looks pretty nice in total. And then, of course, if we keep moving forward and up the waterfall, we can see the last homely house here. I'm really happy with the way that one turned out for sure. We also have a bigger gazebo, and this is where you can see what happens if you try to stack these curved roof pieces, because, of course, they will kind of get these layers. That's unfortunately, there's no way around that with the way that ARK structures works. But I did want to build a bigger gazebo just to showcase you what the effect would be. I still think it looks pretty cool. Definitely still a very usable thing. And you could make this, well, this is a transmitter place, so I guess technically this might be a boss fight site, although it might be a bit small for that. I'm not sure what the actual range is, because yeah, believe it or not, this statue is actually the transmitter skin. Quite a cool transmitter in my opinion, and yeah, definitely a little detail that you could add around your base, just building a circle, building it up, and building a roof on it to get this effect. Basically very simple, but it looks really, really nice. And then finally, of course, the main attraction here, the last homely house, where I've spent most of my time trying to get this whole build together. We can also see some of these elven boats here on the shore, which is a skin variant for the decor boxes. Really nice little detail to have around your base. And then we can see the whole build itself, and yeah, I'm quite happy with the way this one turned out. As you can see, I'm in trees now. Yeah, we have this beautiful tower. I'm quite happy with that one for sure. And then of course the building itself, I've got these really cool staircases. They do involve a little bit of meshing, unfortunately. Although the sides you could totally do. It's just the middle part that you can't do an official, but still would look really nice without the middle part. But yeah, definitely came very close to what I wanted Rivendell to look like in ARK. Very close to the version we see in the movies. You can see some lovely gardens here in the middle with a bunch of different statues, the banners, the everything, and just all the little intricate building pieces that are available. The pillars with the extra beams to the sides, which is really nice. The statues, the little plant pots. Yeah, all the little details on all the different structure skins that are available. And then around the corner here, you can see the replicator skin, which is a magical orb with the runes around it. Really cool skin. And yeah, that definitely takes care of one of the biggest and ugliest parts. And this is also how the staircase looks without doing any clipping. So this is the one you could do on official settings. Still pretty cool with the curved staircases coming around the sides. Then we have a smaller little tower, just as a little bit of a detail to break up the roofs here. And then if we continue around the back here, we of course have another entrance here with the banners and all the little details. We have the main kind of gate here so that we can enter that little inner courtyard and kind of keep that safe. And then if we continue, of course, we have the rest of our building. Again, I'm very happy with the way that this build turned out. I really like it a lot. Definitely a bit of a big build. I think everything included it is slightly above the official limit because we kind of raised everything up by too high to just get this build a bit higher so we could build these lovely staircases as entrances. But I think if you leave out the tower here or build that a little bit further away from your base, then you might definitely be good to go even on the official build limit. But yeah, you can see all of the different details and yeah, little extras everywhere. I'm really happy with this building. I really hope you guys like it too. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite builds I've done so far because I don't know what it is. I just really like it. So yeah, that's the outside, but of course there's also an interior to this one because, well, there is a lot of cool decorative options in these skins. But before we do that, let's actually head down here into the garden and let's take a little look around to see what it is like, because as I said, there's a lot of little details. These pathways, by the way, are not the cosmetic, that's fairies pathways that are always used. And then we have some extra plants, of course, to fill up the gardens. But you can see all of these lovely statues, though. That again, one here is the transmitter skin. This one, however, is just for a deco box. So really nice decorative piece. You can scale that up and down so you can make it bigger and smaller. Then this is a water tank that looks like a lovely little well, which is a really nice little detail to add. And then we have some more statues around here, just to get some cozy vibes. We have the gateway here to kind of secure this courtyard a little bit, and then we have some of these banners as well, just to get yeah, some more nice decoration in here in general. So yeah, a really lovely little place. Then if we continue this way, we can actually get to one of these staircases. So again, you can go around the sides here, or you can go straight up the middle. And then we have another transmitter skin here to look really cool. Yeah, I really like all of these statues. They are very nice and magical. Definitely add some cool vibes to the place in general. We also have some lovely plant pots for deco boxes, as you can see, which is really cool, as a little bit of decoration and greenery around your base. Then we have these lovely banners, of course, that are added in a bunch of places. And we have these really cool dino gates here as entrances. And then also you can see that there's actually variants for the pillars so that they get supports to the sides. So you can get a bunch of cool little details going with that, as I did here for these walkways around the side of the building. So yeah, I can kind of go around. You can get here to the replicator skin, the tech replicator. Yeah, as you can see, quite a nice and magical looking thing. And then of course we can continue all the way here down the side of the building, and then we get all the way here to the very end. We have some more nice details that you can add. These, I mean, I'm not even sure what to call them, but they have these nice glowing lights. There's a normal variant as well as these blue lights if you want to go for that. We have some very nice benches as well, and just a lot of cool details all the way around us. But then it's definitely time for us to move over to the inside of the base. So yeah, here we actually have this corridor continuing all the way to the front, but we can also move off to the side here, and then we have these lovely crafting areas. So this is the big industrial forge that you can see. We also have the smithy right here, which is a really cool design with some nice little details on the table itself. We have some storage here. We have the smaller forges as well. We have the libraries there, just to kind of make it all come together. And I think in general, you can see from this little scene I've created in here, this little room, it definitely feels very elven. The structures fit in perfectly. They look awesome. I like the greenery that's been added, and just all of the small little details here definitely makes them fit right in to your base. And then again, we have this cozy little corner here with the books, the forges, and the plants. And then if we go into this hall, this is a bit of the crafting hall. So we have some of our gathering tames in here. We have some more forges up here, as well as a bunch of storage, as well as a few of these lights. We have a cool sofa skin, as you can see, which goes on to the Frontier sofa from the Bob Charles Tales DLC. We have some deco boxes here for some additional details, and then we have a bunch of other structures. So again, we have a smithy here with a nice chair. We have a saloon table skin right here in the middle that you can see has very lovely details on it, as well as more chairs, of course. Then we actually have the fabricators here, which have a really cool design for themselves. Again, a little bit of greenery in there, the runes and everything, very magical vibes to them. You can see that this whole room has a little bit of the blue glows. That's because I chose all of the lights here to be the blue kind of variant, which gives this really magical lighting. We have another sofa here. We have a little desk here, which is a chemistry bench, another really cool skin to make it blend in with your elven builds. We have another saloon table here, and then we have some more chemistry benches off to the side here. We can of course take the stairs up. We come into another room. We can see some more of these lovely sofas. We can see some different lights that we also have available. Again, we have some library, some storage. We have the beautiful rug here, which also has a really cool skin. We have these fabricators. We have more over here. We have the chairs. This table is actually a small storage box, so the smallest one, and then a little deco box on it with this skin to get these little candles, which is really nice. We have a bunch of books over here, another little reading corner right there. You can see how you can really transform your base in such a way. We have some more of these lovely details in the building itself. We have some more books over here. Then we have the statue and some of the instruments that are also part of this skin. Another little nice sofa corner. And then over here we have two bedrooms, so some small cozy bedrooms off to the sides of each of these. And then of course our lovely balcony with our epic view of our surroundings here. So yeah, you can see I've definitely tried very hard to get some cozy feels down in this place. And then we have a little bit of a work area here, a little bit of the office. So we have a nice table, as you can see, with a bunch of deco boxes on it with different books. We have this open book, we have the open scrolls, we have a closed scroll, and we have this book about the Elder Claw, because I definitely feel like that is a creature that fits very well with the elven theme. And then we have another balcony over here. We can look at the stars here and yeah, appreciate our lovely views of our surroundings. But we're definitely not done yet. There's a lot more here to discover. So we can take the stairs up here. We have another little reading nook here with some nice sofas around us. Same over here on the opposite side. Yeah, just a very calm and lovely skin to decorate with. Then we're now in the middle part with the nice big curved roof at the top. We have some more bedrooms over here. You can see the other bed variant, which is a really cool and detailed one, as you can see, with a very tall headboard there and just some really cool details on the bed itself. We have some more storage and library over to one side, and then of course on the other side we have another cozy little table here to hang out at. And then on the other side we have another little bedroom, very similar in design, but you can also see there's a chessboard that you can use as some awesome details and decorating. There we go. Then we're moving into a little bit more of the kitchen area. So we have some cool skins over here. So this is the bear barrel skin, which looks very, very cool. And then we have some other decoration barrels in between it. There's all sorts of decorative pieces that you can use. We've got apples, etc. We have a bunch of nice little storage bits that you can put around to make your base feel more alive. Then over here we have some food being prepared on this table, and we have the cookers here off to the side doing just that. I really would love to see a matching grill skin. That would be really nice. Hopefully after launch we'll get many more of these high quality crafting stations, because they look very, very cool, as you can see. And then we're in a brand new room here. So we have some stairs off to the side here that we can take down into the room, and you can see we're in a bit of a library here. So we have rows and rows of these books available. We have the statues, the saloon table, the sofas, and then right here we have the big middle hallway. You can see that looks quite cool altogether. And then over here we have the same little details of to this side, and then the same little hallway there. Here in the middle we have a nice table that you can come and sit and do your reading. We have a little globe on the table, another chess set, etc. We've got more of the music here to enjoy. You know, elves like music. And then we have a dining hall over here. So we have the other table variant that is kind of a big leaf, which is really cool. We've got some of these nice kitchen decoration options, so you can really make sure that your tables look amazing with all of the little deco boxes and the options that are available for them. So you can see all these tables are nicely served. We have our windows all the way around, but you can also see there is actually a curtain skin. There's quite a few variants actually, but I've decided to just add these in here for some more dramatic flair. But you could go full crazy mode with these and add them everywhere for some really nice details. Adds a little bit of more flow into your bases, and just some really cool options to make it even more detailed. So we have more tables over here, and then the main table all the way here at the very, very back, nicely served with food, and of course some nice statues off to the side to fill the rest of this hall. But yeah, again, it's a really fun one to play around with and trying to bring your bases fully to life, go crazy with the decorations. And this is a bit more of a practical side of the base. I decided to go with, you know what, if you would be surviving, you probably want a room dedicated to keeping your creatures and maybe doing some breeding. So we have some of our elder claws here. Of course, we've already seen the books, so it made sense to have them. And we have some horses ready to be ridden out. We have our griffin here in the middle too. And of course, I couldn't leave out the stags. Feels like a pretty appropriate mount for the elves. So yeah, again, we have a pretty big room here, so you could definitely have a few creatures in here quite easily. Do some breeding. We have some balconies off to these sides as well, so that you can enjoy the views of your surroundings. And then of course, we're back out here looking down on the waterfall here, and yeah, just enjoying the beautiful views in general. That's not all though, because of course we also have the tower that's off to this side. So we have a nice little entrance here that we can enter the tower with. We've got some cool statues all the way around us, and a nice reading room once again. So we have some benches here, a bunch of libraries, just to kind of showcase you how to decorate it. I really went more for the aesthetically pleasing base here, and not just decorating it as a practical ARK base. But you do see that there's a lot of space here, so if you want to use this as a practical ARK base, you totally could, because there is a lot of room to do all the things that you need to do. We can take, of course, the stairs up into this tower. We get to the second level, which has those blue lights again, transforming the look instantly into something more magical. And then we have some other places to read, relax, and enjoy your views of your surroundings, of course, because we still have these very cool looking windows in the dino gates, which have some really nice shapes to them. And then, of course, we can take the way all the way up to the top to get to another bedroom here. So again, we have one of these awesome looking beds. He's got more of the decorations around us as well. Little sofa here with a ghost drakeling. And then just a very cozy roof. Oh, I see I didn't change the variants all the way through. But, yeah, looking quite nice. There we go. Now it's all fixed. We have the nice same details all the way around. Yeah, as I said, it's quite cool cosmetic to play around with. I had a lot of fun decorating it all, and I really can't wait to see with what all the other additions are going to be after launch. But for launch, there's already a ton of stuff in here, and yeah, it's just very exciting to see a cosmetic that is totally different from anything that we have so far. Oh yeah, we also have a nice feeding trough skin here. Actually, that's a tech feeding trough, I think. I'm not sure if you can also use it on the normal one. Probably you can. There we go. That is my Rivendell build. I'm very happy with the way this turned out. I had a ton of fun working on this one. I've actually been meaning to go back to my Rivendell build. I know some people really wanted to see a tutorial of my last Rivendell build. I will be doing a tutorial for this one at some point. Let me know if you want to see it for all of the different buildings. I'm probably going to do the main building separately from the tower, just because the tower might push the whole build over the limit. Well, now it's definitely over the limit with all of the decorations, the plants, etc. that I've added. But because technically the whole build has been raised by these two walls everywhere, that adds a lot of extra structures, of course, because you have the foundations and then you have the walls and then you have the rest of the structure. But I think we can definitely pull off a version which does fit, and then you might just need to have the tower a little bit further away from the building, but you could still have it decently close. You just need to kind of get around the limit boundaries, which isn't too far. You probably could have the tower somewhere around here, and you can maybe make that like an aviary or anything else that you might need on your ARK playthrough. But yeah, I'm very excited about these cosmetics. If you can't tell, I can definitely recommend them if you like you know, the Lord of the Rings, or you want to do elven builds. This one is definitely a cool and unique cosmetic to get some new builds going. Really had a ton of fun. I probably will be doing some more builds. In fact, I expect that by the time you guys are seeing this video, there's been a reveal stream where I probably have done a little bit of building, so there might already be extra additions to this place. But let me know if you'd like to see tutorials of the builds that are already here, and do you want to see more elven builds in the future? Let me know your suggestions and ideas down below in the comments, and let me know, what do you think of these Elven Structure Skins? Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and as always, of course, yeah, feel free to leave those suggestions, and I hope to see you again in the next video or the next stream. For now, goodbye.